Amnesty International has described the release of findings into South Africa progress in literacy as frightening. Now, the study has revealed that over 80% of grade 4 kids in South Africa cannot read for meaning. And according to the organization, this demonstrates how the government fails to respect, safeguard, promote and fulfill the right to basic education for all. Amnesty International spokesperson Mienke Mari Steytler joins us now for more on this, and I suppose their reaction as well to the statistics. And Mienke, thank you so much for your time and good morning to you. Quite staggering, 80%, not a number to joke around. And if these children don't understand in terms of reading for meaning, I just wonder what that means for the future, for their future as well as the future of this country's education system. But what are your thoughts and reaction on this?
Gosh, exactly. So 80% is staggering, as you say, over 80%. For us, it points to a systemic problem. And as you say, you have to be able to read to learn as well. So reading is really one of those cornerstones. And I also want to emphasize that this is reading for meaning in any language. We're not talking about English here. We're talking about any language. And, that children are educated in. For us, it really is a wake-up call to government. And I mean, we understand that COVID-19 had its impact, but we feel that these issues existed before COVID-19. We also, of course, have sympathy for the structural issues that have from years of apartheid and colonialism. But at the same time, we feel there's a lot of talk and there's just no real implementation of plans. So even if plans are put in place, we see deadlines moved. We just don't see the urgency from government to address this. And as you said, this is the future of South Africa. And you talked about the economy earlier. These young people are the people who can build our economy, who can really, bring South Africa to thrive. Yet if they are not given an opportunity at basic education and to read, how are they going to access those employment opportunities and, contribute to the economy?
Yeah. What do you think lies the gaps and the challenges here, Mienke, in terms of our education system, not only in terms of, I suppose, the education that these young pupils and children receive, but also the same, curriculum that these teachers receive, so to give and impart into, these children? Because I feel like there's a cycle here. There's a problem and gaps in the cycle.
Resourcing, are teachers properly trained to be able to give attention? Also, class sizes. We've touched on reports that we published in 2020 and 2021. Class sizes. Are we resourcing schools properly? Is there enough? Are there enough teaching assistants? Are these children getting the attention they deserve? I was asked a question also about the role of parents. Of course, are parents being, involved enough in the school? But we have to keep in mind that many parents, especially in your disadvantaged communities, in your vulnerable communities, did not have these opportunities. So they might not be able to help their children. So is something being done to really support those caregivers of children? And it cannot, people, you can't just point at parents and say, well, they're not doing their part from home. If they were 19%, if we switched it over and we said, okay, 19% of children in South Africa cannot read for meaning in any language by the time they're 10, one can say, okay, maybe there's a problem, with the partnership between the school and the caregiver. But 81% really points at a systemic and a resourcing issue. And, are there enough books that are going around? Are these books in vernacular languages? Are these children being taught, if they are being taught at a school in an area that, say, for example, speaks mostly isiZulu, right. Is there enough home language resources there as well?
We'll have to leave it there, and I appreciate you speaking to us about this, Mienke, because it is a problem, and hopefully there will be interventions expedited in a matter of urgency to ensure that young children indeed do receive the adequate, education that is deserving to them according to the Constitution. It is their basic right to receive this education. It is the government's responsibility, and hopefully we could all come together to ensure that we support them as best as we can. All right, that was Amnesty International spokesperson Mienke Mari Steytler joining me right here on NewsLink.